This is Reggie Kimball, Stickman #1. I'm just getting in from Las Vegas. Iron Man, I told y'all I could do it. They was betting me back in Vegas I could do this. But I'm here because I got the good energy, some good people here with me. So you know I got to give you the rundown. If you came here for a good cigar, I got one. If you came here for a little bit of a sip, we got that today too. If you came here to have some good conversation, well, we'll see how the conversation is about to go. But I think it's going to go pretty well. All right. So, and I'm here, of course, with Stickman Sim.
Hey, y'all, I thought he forgot about me. I'm about to stop crying on this mug, man.
I formally actually hadn't even introduced them yet. But
Say the best for last.
Say the best for last. That's right. So, if you come in here, you know, and looking for a little bit of knowledge, that's what we're going to try to do. But we don't know a whole lot, but we know enough to be dangerous, and we want you to leave the Stickman podcast with a little bit more information than what you maybe came in here with. And I got a couple people here that's going to help us out, especially on the whiskey side today. So I'm pleased to welcome our guests on the Stickman podcast today. We have TK and Ty Burtin.
Hey, right on. What's going on? What's going on?
Burtin Johnson.
Burtin Johnson, yeah.
Yeah, right.
Giving them a round of applause.
So thank y'all for coming on.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, so I'm going to get it out there for those who don't know. They are the proprietors of a new brand called Red Hazel Whiskey.
Yes, sir.
And we're going to talk about Red Hazel Whiskey today. But first, I'm puffing on a Monte Cristo White Series. What you got?
I got the infamous Assiduous that I'm puffing on. Yeah.
Feeling Assiduous on a Saturday morning.
Saturday morning.
Good morning.
That's how you start your day right there.
So Ty and TK don't smoke, but we don't care.
At all.
Because you know what? Because they sip.
Exactly.
Which is in our tagline. We sip.
Combination.
And I don't always have this. Well, I can't lie. I usually have this most of the time when I'm sipping.
Right on.
But y'all taking care of that.
Yes.
Oh, man.
We brought you good.
Good stuff.
And thank y'all for coming out to Marietta. We're here at the Truly Cigar Bar on Sandy Plains Road, as usual. Our second home away from home. So thank you again for Mr. Tracy Jones, the proprietor here.
Tracy, what's up?
Mr. Tracy.
Tracy.
Yeah. Traffic wasn't too bad, so it was all right.
Too bad, yeah.
It's all right.
Because y'all know this Atlanta.
Oh, yeah. It can happen at the drop of a dime.
Even though we have no gas in the city,
People still moving.
I heard that. I heard that.
You know?
But, it's not as bad out west yet because we're starting to.
Yeah.
But I heard we're getting ours under control a little bit now.
A little bit
now.
Just
So.
And don't put your gas in grocery bags, please.
Speak on
What in the...
About that?
Yes.
What in the...
Yes.
Oh...
I just
who knows the story well? What is the story? How's it going? I just got home this morning.
Well,
I thought I heard that.
folk are filling up Kroger
Yes.
or Publix grocery bags or Walmart grocery bags with gas.
Yes.
I mean, really?
I want those individuals to do a blog or just write a story about what the transport process was to do from the gas station to home.
Yes.
Did the gas make it?
Right.
How bad were the bags burned when they got home? that's
If you're still alive, how many cars blew up?
Well,
that part.
Oh my goodness, but
That
yeah.
part, yeah.
Wow.
We're gonna pray for
Well, we're gonna pray for
We're gonna pray
it. We're gonna pray for it while we sip some whiskey.
Yes.
That part.
Yes.
Love it.
So we're here with Red Hazel Whiskey, and I think I'm gonna make sure I get this right. So, Ty, you are Chief Operating Officer.
Correct.
And TK, you are the CEO and founder, the woman.
Yes, the woman.
All right, awesome.
Yeah, buddy.
So, when did this all get started? Let's just jump right into it. Give me a little background, history, and I just want to hear how this all was. It whose brainchild was it? Both? One of you? What's that? What happened? Okay.
It was all her.
I love telling this story. After I moved to Atlanta, I decided that modeling wasn't really what I really wanted to do anymore. Like, I enjoyed it, but I was passionate about liquor. Like, how do you take this little piece of wheat or corn and turn it into a libation that will make my bad day go away?
Wow.
I just make people more social. So I woke up one morning and I called him. And he lives in St. Louis at this point. So it was like 7 in the morning.
Yeah, it was early.
I was like, bro, I'm going to start a whiskey brand. He's like, go back to sleep.
Exactly. Exactly.
This was, beginning of 2018.
2018. Go.
Yeah, beginning of
We're only in
2018.
2021.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So
Wow.
beginning of 2018, I called him in, I think it was February.
Yeah.
And I said, I'm gonna start a whiskey brand. He said, go back to sleep. Call me later.
Call me
I
later.
said, okay.
I ain't trying to hear that right now, man.
I said, all right, it's new.
And she
All right, I called him back. I said, bro, I'm gonna start a whiskey brand. He was just like, all right, what you need help with?
Right.
I said,
That's what I'm talking about.
That was
What
it.
you need help with?
He didn't say, "Girl, you crazy, you out your mind." That's what I'm talking about.
Hey, have she call me back? Yeah, call me
But
back.
he also knows.
Once she get her,
If I
yeah,
get an idea in my mind, I'm gonna go after.
I'm going to run it. Yep. If it
a
all
month
lines up.
later, I registered the LLC.
Okay.
I came up with the name. Literally had a
Wait.
notebook.
You don't have a whiskey yet?
No.
Just had an idea.
But that's
action. Just take action.
yeah, that's it. That's
Just
it.
had a whole idea. Had my red notebook. I wrote down names. I was like, all right, now I need to start the research and development part.
Okay.
So research distilleries, research like the processes, the laws, especially living in Georgia. It's different laws for the state, different laws for the counties, different laws for the cities. So just trying to, figure out what we're getting into.
Yep,
The
of
cost. Okay,
Well,
how we gonna fund it?
you
Gotta fund it.
Yeah.
Gotta fund it.
Hey, we're people that don't like taking out loans. So what are we gonna do?
How we gonna do
All right, we gotta figure that out. So 3 years later, well, let me backtrack. Last year, when COVID hit, in March, I got furloughed. And I was working for a staffing agency, probably working 12, 13 hours a day for them and spending 30 minutes to an hour on Red Hazel. So when I got furloughed, I was like, bro, it's time.
I was about to say.
It's time.
There you go. That's your opening. That's your window right
Yep.
there.
That was it.
I called my homegirl that does our marketing, and I was like, hey, it's time. We got to revamp our marketing strategy, figure it out. How we going to do this? Because we can't do anything in person, but people going to buy alcohol.
But you already had that alcohol at this point because you had done your homework.
Yep.
So this we fast forward a little bit. So you have a whiskey.
We had
now.
a whiskey.
Okay.
We had the formulation. We had everything, and we just had to revamp the strategy.
Now, how was that process for a newbie? I mean, because
Oh,
I'm hearing is you probably enjoyed whiskey like we do,
Right.
but making whiskey is a whole different
Right.
ballgame.
So that's what I was gonna say. She skipped over a couple parts there. She skipped over a couple parts there.
Through the process.
So after she called, I was like, man, what do you need? And she was like, well, this is what it's gonna take to get there. I was like, okay, cool. Well, I'm on board. Like I'll help a little cash here and there. I said, but I want to stay behind the scenes, right?
Okay.
And so she was like, bet. So let's move forward. So we went through what she was looking for as far as taste. So she was like, yeah, I think red, it got a little fire to it. Brown got a little bit of some sweet to it. Like, what about some cinnamon? I was like, shit, that sounds delicious, right? He was like, yeah, let's go. And so we started, we found a distillery. And they started sending us, in Jacksonville. And they started sending us samples of what we had in mind and stuff like that. And it took us, 6 samples?
Okay.
Yes.
5, 6 samples?
6 samples.
And we found the one that suited what we were looking for as far as the palate. And let's get it cracking.
So what were you a fan of before you did Red Hazel? Like, what was your kind of whiskey? Go-to whiskey?
So my go-to was mostly like a Jack. Every now and then I do a Maker's Mark, stuff like that. So it was fairly like your top shelf brands, like the everyday brands.
Okay.
But yeah, I didn't know. I wasn't a connoisseur by no means, anything like that. I just know I like to drink it. I didn't know how it was made. I didn't know how it was anything.
You learned it quickly.
Quick.
Yeah. Now, you obviously had to be a whiskey person too, since you're the one that woke up with this big idea.
I love my whiskey, love my bourbon. My go-to, especially after a hard day, is larceny. That is my.
Okay.
I've had that. Yeah.
Larceny. I had my mom try it.
So you
once,
both do it
like,
neat too, huh?
Yes.
I don't put anything.
Yes.
I don't mix it.
No.
And we learned that from my mom.
Yeah.
Okay.
She's a Jack person.
Drinker.
She's a Jack drinker.
I don't think she really tried any other whiskey until we created our brand.
Right.
But
I think so.
I
I tell you all the time. I never see. It pisses me off because it's such a disrespect to good whiskey. When you see somebody using a top shelf whiskey to make a cocktail.
Yeah, I can't do it.
A top shelf whiskey is meant to just be sipped by itself. Maybe a drop of water. Maybe one ice cube.
Yep.
That's it.
Yep.
If you want to mix you a nice cocktail, you can get the.
Yeah,
So you mean you ain't supposed to put no cranberry juice in it? What you saying?
That's what I'm saying.
No cranberry.
Especially not my whiskey.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Maybe some-
Just making sure.
Man, you
some
trying
vodka.
to start a fight up in
Right.
there.
My mixing drink of choice is Jim Beam. That's what I use to mix it.
Jim Beam is a great value.
Great value.
But it tastes really good. Cocktails,
Yep.
right?
Yeah. That's actually the brand between Jim Beam and Cask and Crew. I use them to practice for our Red Hazel cocktails before I started using Red Hazel for the cocktails. I was like, I'm not gonna waste our.
Now, where did you get all this practice from? These ideas, because you didn't just wake up and say, "Hey, I want to start my own whiskey."
Right.
That's a good question.
What led to it? So
we need to know this.
Very solid.
We need it for both of y'all.
So I worked in the nightclubs in Orlando for about 8 years, 9 years, doing VIP management, bottle sales, and just kind of seeing the environment, seeing what people actually enjoy and what they buy in the clubs. You know, we're selling $20 bottles for $200, and I'm like, I can do that. If I can sell you on this, I can sell you outside it.
That's right.
So I just kind of watch to see what people are drinking and what's available in the club, but also notice that there are not many spirits owners that look like me.
right.
So it's like, okay, so what do I come up with? Where is there a need for more versatility? It definitely wasn't in vodka. Ciroc was coming out with, all the flavors in the world.
Right.
And then you already had Amsterdam that had all the flavors in the world. And then you go over to whiskey and you have very select few. But the ones that have flavor are syrupy. They don't mix well. They create hangovers.
Yeah, you feel like shit.
You feel like complete shit.
Right.
It's like, man, we can come up with something better than that.
Okay.
So I watch my bartenders all the time while we're in the club, but I also am the home mixologist for all of our barbecues and
mixologist. Okay, that's a big. When you give yourself the mixologist title.
Hey, she didn't give it anything. The family gave it to her. She earned that.
There you go.
And rightfully so. Because she got the party started. And when she get behind that bar, man, look. TK bartender.
Love it.
Tell me what you like and I make something up for you.
Yeah.
You that good.
Yeah, but you got to tread lightly because it tastes like Kool-Aid.
It tastes like Kool-Aid.
Or it tastes like juice.
Yep.
It doesn't taste like there's any.
What flavor juice?
It depends
and
on
so what you want.
Ooh.
Because, for example, with Red Hazel, I make a blackberry lemonade or a raspberry lemonade.
With this?
Exactly.
What?
But
It's summertime. It's a great summertime.
Yeah.
Bingo.
Okay.
Can I say this? The recipes that you have on the website, I was looking, I was like, oh my God, that sounds delicious.
Yeah.
And I'm a grown man, I ain't calling no of it delicious.
Right, delicious.
But I was just like, wow, the recipes are amazing. You have how many on there you have?
So we have three
right
on
now.
the website. We have a few on our Instagram as well. But I have also created a cocktail book that is currently in publishing and should be released this summer.
You heard it first on the Stickman blog. You heard it first on the Stickman blog.
Right here.
Well, first off, I admire the hell out of her. She must not sleep.
Hey, not a lot. Not a lot.
Okay, all right.
A lot.
Me and my husband just had this conversation the other day. He's like, you up till 3 o'clock in the morning and you get up at 7:30, 8 o'clock. I was like, yeah.
Does he match that? He doesn't do it that hard?
He's an early bird, but he goes to bed early.
Okay.
So he goes to sleep at like 10 and he'll wake up at like 6 on it.
Okay.
I'm not a morning person.
Okay.
But I won't stay in bed later than 8 o'clock.
Okay.
Yeah.
But when you get up, you gone.
I get up, I'm gone.
That's
Okay. Can you keep up with it?
I have no choice. I have no choice. Like I'm up till 1 or 2 o'clock. Like, look, I got to do what I got to do. Like I said beforehand, like I'm still working full time, so I got to get it in when I can. So that's after everybody else goes to sleep. I'm up looking at numbers, making sure the books look good, making sure we're on track.
Okay. And I don't even think you said it yet. For those who don't know, they actually happen to be, y'all are actually related.
Yes.
I said the last thing, but just in case you didn't catch it earlier,
Yes.
they are a brother and sister team.
Yes.
We are a brother and sister duo.
Now, who's overseas?
I am
big brother.
I am the big brother. Yeah.
But you running the show.
She runs the show.
Is she a tough boss?
She runs the show.
I'm pretty
She's pretty laid back. Now when it gets to a point where she's got to put her foot down, then it can get a little touchy. It can get a little touchy, but for the most
I have all
part,
the
she's pretty
tough
laid back.
discussions with people.
Oh, you the one. Okay, she laid down the law.
She laid a law.
y'all seem to have a good brother-sister relationship. So
And people wouldn't believe we didn't really grow up together.
No.
really,
We come from a blended family.
So you're
I
making
grew
it
up
for
with
lost
my
time
mom.
now. This is
Exactly.
bringing you together.
Exactly. Yep.
Yeah, but he gets me. He knows how to calm me down when I'm ready to blow a fuse.
You gotta have
Yeah,
that.
gotta have it.
I was like, yeah, you got it now.
Yeah,
Okay.
gotta have
He'd
it.
be like, all right, grab the earlobe. Woosah,
right.
woosah, woosah.
I tell people all the time in any business, you can never replace the founder or CEO's energy and passion for that business. Nobody in the company is ever going to match that.
Nope.
You're never going to match it.
Nope.
Yeah.
But they need to also have somebody in the company that can say, hold on.
Hold on.
Because CEOs and founders will get a little crazy and wild too at the same time.
You run it back
Because we're so passionate about our business, but when actually last summer we had to. Well, I'm not gonna speak for you. I had to realize, okay, we're in the middle of a pandemic. Everybody's not moving the same when it comes to response time. So I have to give a little room because they probably have to lay off employees and things like that. They're doing everything themselves. But when January this year hit, I was like, all right, you should have your shit together. Let's do it. Come on now.
fired
But he
up,
reminds
man.
me, look,
Just
chill.
Yeah.
Everybody doesn't
Take
have
a
a
breath.
24-hour.
Right.
I love it.
Reel it in. So yeah, we're a good
keeps
balance,
me
and
together.
that's kind of goes into the name as well. Is the Red Hazel is you've got the fiery personality, and then you've got the calm. You know what I'm saying? So it just kind of rolls into that as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Well, hold that thought right there because we're going to get into some more stuff.
All right.
And actually, what I really want to get excited about is we actually get to finally taste it. For the first time on the Segment Podcast, we're going to taste it.
And I'm ready to see how it pairs with the cigars
Yes.
too. Like because
I'm so excited about
Yeah.
that because I think our dad is
He's the only one that's tried it. Yep.
that has tried our whiskey with a cigar.
Yep.
Like he takes it to his cigar clubs in Kansas City. They try it, and their first thing is like, "Man, this is good." Okay, when y'all coming out with the aged straight whiskey? Like when are y'all?
Okay.
Right. It's gonna be a while.
Try it first.
Hang tight.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm really interested to see how it pairs with
Okay.
that cigar.
All right.
Yeah.
Me too. Well, we're going to start. We're going to try it out.
All right.
Right on.
And we'll come right
on.
All right.
We've been talking to TK and Ty from Red Hazel Whiskey, and y'all are in some stores right now too. We're gonna come back to the stores in a second because I'm really just excited. I want to sip this. So I'm gonna give it to the CEO herself to make the first pour. I just think it's only appropriate.
All right. So Red Hazel, it is 70 proof. Okay. And it's a 2-year aged rye whiskey. So 2-year aged, spiced with cinnamon and allspice. And it's all natural too. We use very little bit of sugar in there. So when we produce our 200-gallon formulation, only 0.25% of that is sugar.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
It's almost like nothing.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's not syrupy. It's distilled 3 times, so it's clean. Wow. Yeah, man. It mixes well with almost anything. Hence, the name of the cocktail book is "What Is She Drinking?"
What is she drinking?
What is she drinking? I even have some basil recipes in there, lemonades. What else did I have? Some traditional recipes in there as well, like your mint julep. Yes, I did make a mint julep with our whiskey. Old fashions. We got some mules in there. And then we have some holiday punch bowl recipes in there. Eggnog, you got your Christmas punch, you got your sangria, but that's only 19 recipes. I have a notebook at home with 43 recipes in it.
I'm gonna need you to hurry up, bring that out.
Wow.
Talking about that.
Stickman Remy taking notes for the.
Let
Thank you.
Thank
She's gonna let that breathe a little bit.
Yeah, let it breathe a little
And
bit.
so, shall we nose this a little bit?
Yeah, nose it a little bit. See what you get.
Oh, I think I got the cinnamon.
I got the cinnamon right away.
So when we were doing our formulation process, the first 3 samples that were sent to us, I was like, man, these don't smell right. I'm not a fan of the smell. All right, let's taste it. It was too sweet. It was like your Fireball. It was
right
sweet.
now the nose tells me it's going to be sweet, but you're telling me it's not going to be sweet.
Depends on your palate. Everybody's palate is different. Some people's palate tastes the cinnamon first and then the rye as an after. And some get the rye and then the cinnamon.
Let's get Remy some.
Yeah.
He's sitting over here like, wait,
Where mine at?
I'll let you pour that one.
Right on.
But everybody's palate is different. We created something ideally for non-whiskey drinkers and whiskey drinkers to be able to enjoy. Because if you don't normally drink whiskey or bourbon, you're afraid of it. because you feel like, oh my gosh, it's 80 proof or 100 proof. It burns. I'm going to get hair on my chest.
None of that.
None of that. It doesn't burn going down. We have non-whiskey drinkers that come in and taste, and they're like, man, I was afraid. Even last night, he did his first sampling.
Yeah, I did my first sampling.
And he saw the facial expressions when people walk in the store,
like,
you're like, try our whiskey. And they're like,
whiskey. I don't
that's
do brown.
Exactly. I don't do brown.
Those people are uneducated.
yeah.
Well, they had a real bad experience.
They had a bad experience.
Yep.
They had a bad experience. But they tasted it and they're like, man, this is good. Even a guy came in, he bought 2 bottles.
Yeah.
You didn't even drink.
He didn't drink. Yeah. He was like, yo,
Y'all see what y'all started?
like, hey,
I'm a lightweight.
I'm gonna drink this.
I'm a lightweight.
She'll like this.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Y'all converting people. I don't know if that's a good conversion, but
It's a good conversion. The only folks who are having trouble converting are those damn Hennessy drinkers.
what? They won't let it go.
They won't let it go.
Won't let it
Let it go.
I was like, man, all right.
It's
That's
almost
cool.
like
I'll see you
it's
later.
like
Let it ride.
It gets in their blood.
It's like IV. Go ahead.
Let it ride.
Yeah. We've also had, this is the fun part, we've had our drink hangover tested.
Yes.
Because we pitched that you can sip it, shoot it, or mix it.
Wait.
I have-
I was wanting a hangover test. You gotta give me that story.
Oh, man.
So we ain't gonna put the name out there, but let's just say she had a fun night and decided to do a fun day. And decided to see if this would stand the test of all day drinking. And she survived, and she woke up the next day and was ready to go.
Started with an inner coffee.
Yep.
In the morning, throughout the day, had shots, made drinks, sipped on it, up until probably, I think it lasted her until like 9 10 o'clock.
Shoot.
And nothing special when she went to bed that night, like aspirin,
nothing
like that. She went to sleep.
Just went to sleep.
She just went to sleep, woke up the next morning like, should I put some more in my coffee?
Right.
Like,
Hilarious.
legit. She's like, y'all should put this in the cocktail book.
Right.
And just let people know you can enjoy it in the coffee because it has the cinnamon, right? It has the cinnamon allspice in it.
So homecoming.
Man, who?
Yeah.
Homecoming.
Yeah.
Homecoming.
Just putting that out there.
We coming.
Homecoming.
Spiced espresso.
They started right.
Get it
I
right.
like that.
Get it right.
Yep.
So I'm gonna sip. Salute, everybody. Thank you.
Salute.
To the Red Hazel team.
Yes.
Yes.
Amen.
Let us know your true thoughts.
Gosh, that tastes so good.
He did that.
Okay.
That's dangerous.
I ain't gonna lie. I'm gonna tell you a couple things. I'm gonna tell you a couple things about it.
Yep.
Just
That's-
throw it out there.
Throw it out there.
It's a little scary. You know why it's scary? Because it's so easy to drink. It's a little bit sweeter than my normal palate, but it's not so sweet that I'd be like, oh no, I can't do that. So even for a person who usually doesn't drink anything sweet, I can really rock with this. And I'm scared because I would probably drink a whole lot of it.
Hey, one of my boys got in trouble. Bought a bottle, drank it all before his wife got to it. He got in trouble for it.
It's a cocktail.
Yeah.
I would really
you did this on ice?
I would love for y'all.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I would love for y'all to try it on ice as well. Just one piece of ice dropped in it.
Yep.
That
It
way,
might taste like a cocktail at that point.
So it pulls out. No, I'll let you guys try it. I'll let you guys.
Well,
try it.
let me tell you something. From the nose, you do smell the cinnamon, and it puts you in the idea. It does put you in the idea of a fireball for a moment, but the taste, it's not that fireball taste, nothing whatsoever. And like I said, when I said it's dangerous because it disappeared back here, and I said, come on. And it was pleasant going down. I'm feeling healthy and vibrant from the cinnamons.
The cinnamon.
But no, I'm not big on sweet drinks either. Hey y'all, get off that sugar. Get off that sugar. Period. But this it's delicious. It is.
And my wife, who's not a drinker, when she was going through our taste test with us, when we found this formulation or this formula, She was like, "Ooh, even the burps are pleasant."
Okay, his wife says the most interesting things, by the way.
So she said the burp is pleasant, and she, like I said, she's not a drinker. So for her, I expected it to burn, and she'd turn her nose up, and she was like, "No, this is good."
Yeah.
How far did she go with it?
As far as
She
the
just
sample,
do like one drink. Did she like keep going?
No, she just did one drink that night. Yeah, just one drink that night.
It would be delicious in coffee.
Oh, this would be great.
Oh my God! And I'm gonna mix mine with
Homecoming
a little later.
Homecoming. I usually make hot toddies with it too. Mm-hmm. I do have a hot toddy cocktail in our cocktail.
For the colds in your life,
Yes.
hot toddy.
It knocks it right out.
Yeah.
Bam.
Speaking of y'all been going through a cold front down here a little bit, it might help you.
Can somebody tell me what's up with the weather here?
Hey,
It's May.
I thought I left the cold coming from Midwest.
Yeah, it's
How long have you been here again?
5 years.
Okay, but it's not.
yeah,
getting
it's
better.
It's weird.
right now. It should be like blazing, even Satan walking around with an umbrella right now. Yeah. So, but when it hits, it's gonna hit.
It's so wild though. We have these wild swings where it's gonna be in the 50s overnight, but then it's gonna be 80 during the day. It's like that's just such a big crazy swing to me.
Oh, did y'all drop something?
Go ahead. We did bring this bottle specifically for y'all.
Oh, it's gonna be
gone.
You got the wrong people there. You put about 2 or 3 of them.
Now, me and
I stay ready. You stay ready. You ain't got to get ready. We can go to the trunk.
Me and Stick Man Remy got to get up early in the morning and play golf. So
There we go.
Oh, well,
Should I leave another bottle with you? Take it on the golf course?
well, the Bible does say it's better to give than to receive. I haven't quite found the chapter yet, but they say it's in there.
So, I want to break back to the beginning a little bit. Actually, let's go a little pre-story. What y'all like before? You just you mentioned you're in corporate America. You mentioned you had to go through the furlough. Be interested to know what you did before that, as well as you, Ty. Just what prepared you for all this?
Okay. Ooh, my story is a little longer. After I left UCF, I worked for Wyndham Corporate for 6 years.
Okay,
when I moved up here, hospitality, and I was working with timeshare owners, so it helped me build a little bit more backbone than I already had. Man, it's like lifting weights every day at your desk. It's like, man, keeping your. Oh, see, I worked on the customer end with contracts. Ooh.
5 hours.
See, you was wrong. Get out of here. You one of the reasons why I had to spend hours on the phone with people like, did you not read your contract?
I ain't gonna lie. I hate fucking timeshare. People, before you go back to your story, one story. I was in Vegas with my wife. This is years ago. And they stopped us on the street and said, hey, we got this great dinner for you. $200 dinner. All you got to do is come listen. And we was young and naive at the time. We didn't know, so we went to dinner. And we went to that damn timeshare. They did not want to let us leave. It was hours later. And when we finally went that night and had the dinner, we were like, this shit don't even taste good because the whole day is just ruined. The whole day was just ruined because of the sales pitch they put on you was so aggressive.
I would never sit on the times. They'd come to me, we'll give you discount. I said, I come on vacation to spend money. I'm good. Thank you. Bye.
We actually, my husband and I are going to New Orleans on a package, but I know how to get out of the timeshare presentations because I worked in it. So I'm like, hey, hell yeah, let me get that 129 package, baby, for 3 nights. We can do that. Let's do it. But yeah.
Okay, so you did the timeshare thing.
Did the timeshare.
You definitely earned some stripes with that. You earned some stripes, big time.
While doing that, I was a supervisor for one of the new clubs that they had. I actually went to my manager one day and I was like, hey, bro, July 30th, I'm moving to Atlanta. You want me to train somebody or like, what do you want to do? Because I know there's not an opportunity for me to supervise from afar. And he was like, you leaving us? Like, why are you leaving? Well, I'm transparent with you. You already know what I do outside of work. Yeah. And I'm in school right now. Like, man, do you want me to train somebody? Yeah. Or what you want to do? So it kind of trickled up to the VP and president that I was leaving. And they were like, man, we got to find somewhere for Talitra to go. Like, even if it's a demotion, like, how can she work from home and still be with the company? So I took a demotion, moved up here, but I kept my same salary negotiation. Don't try to, no. Demotion? Take. Salary? keep. So came up here, I worked in that position for about a year, and then I came up with started thinking about things that I wanted to do outside of that. And at the time, it was modeling. And I told my supervisor, I was like, hey, I know what my schedule is, but we're going to have to alter it because I have filming to do. And she's like, all right, cool. Then it got to a point where I was just like, all right, I need something different, something that's going to move into the track that I'm going. And at the time, I wanted to get more behind the scenes with modeling. So an opportunity came with one of my staffing agencies to work behind the scenes and staff models and experiential marketing specialists and product specialists. So took that job.
Okay. Now I'm starting to see
connections.
Put some things together a little bit.
Yeah, okay. That was in Alpharetta. The drive was hell, but the opportunity and what I learned on the back end has been able to, put into place what we're getting ready to do with Red Hazel. So worked that up until getting furloughed in March. Okay. Got furloughed.
Best thing that ever happened to you.
Best thing that ever happened, because I have a very supportive husband. If I didn't, I'd probably be kicking down doors right now. And I do kick down doors in a different manner. Yes. But when I got furloughed, I was still in school for my second master's.
And just graduated.
Graduated.
Congratulations.
Second master's.
I admire that.
Yeah. No desire.
I have that dedication.
None.
Yes.
None.
I currently have my MBA and my MS in marketing.
Oh, sweet.
So it all ties into the business.
So you have the experience plus the education is coming together.
We call you TK M&M.
TK M&M.
Boom.
We can do that. So once I got furloughed, I just kind of kicked into full gear. Like, hey, let's go. Went through the process, and now we're to the point of, oh snap, I can't do all these events and samplings myself. So now I gotta hire girls.
Yeah, you gotta
now I use my
help.
staffing experience and create the contracts and agreements, and we're gonna hire them directly.
See how she coordinate.
I know on the back end what the agencies charge the clients and what they actually pay the staff. And I'm like, when I was doing liquor promos, I was getting paid $35 an hour. I'm not about to pay an agency. I don't pay these girls directly. What they gonna do? So we're gearing up for that.
Oh, that's sharp. I like that.
Yeah.
You being a true businessman.
It all ties together. It all ties together, and now I get to implement everything that I've learned or experienced, especially from the modeling industry and everything that I've done on the back end. Because I used to do liquor promos while I was working the clubs too. So I was a Bel Air girl. I was a Ciroc girl. Like I've done.
So the marketing side of this business, while you may have been green at the beginning on the manufacturing side, the marketing side, what I'm hearing, you were ready. You're ready to go.
Ready.
Yeah.
You had that all locked up.
I'm ready. And then with one of my closest friends, her name is Chanel. She does our marketing. She's our marketing manager. So she handles. Hey Chanel, boo. She does all our marketing strategy, and I do the implementation. So she does a lot of the back end hard work because I don't like doing research. I'm
hiring production assistants because I hate doing the back end research too.
It is awful.
Yeah, but that's where it's made at.
She loves it. So for my capstone course in class, my last class, we had to do a market research survey. And I sent her all the data and the results from it. She said, I can't wait to dive into this. Meanwhile, I'm like, I got to write a damn paper on this shit.
And somebody else, please do
Right.
But I did it myself.
Right.
Turned it in. We good.
Shoot, I thought I was doing something, Reg. I got to step my game up. I was like, shit, okay.
I'm a little scared.
But he comes up with some good cocktails, too. Don't let him fool you.
Really?
Don't let him fool you.
Okay.
I'm the one that threw the idea for the coffee. Yeah, I floated that to our mom was the one that did the test run. I floated that idea.
So what got you before all this happened? We just heard TK's backstory leading up to this. Now, were you experienced in keeping CEOs, the creative types, in control? Did you have a background in that? Or you just kind of learning that on the fly too?
So, man, where to start with that?
Start from Iowa.
So,
Iowa.
All right. So what did you call it? Iowa?
Not anymore.
So what did JUCO in Iowa? I played ball. JUCO in Iowa, then went to Southeast Missouri, graduated from there. And then I moved to Palm Beach in 2009, in the middle of the recession, all that fun stuff. And so I actually found my grind in Florida, because the first job out of college was with Enterprise. So if you guys are aware of renting a car,
Worked with him, worked for him.
we worked.
Bro, washing cars in a suit?
Hey, you know what it is. Yes,
Oh,
sir.
yeah. Shoot.
Yes, sir. That's what
joke.
Repoing cars?
I've always heard that's a tough program.
It's a tough program, bro. Yeah, man. You're dealing with
Long
people
hours, everything.
But they pull, a lot of companies pull
from there.
from there.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that management training program kind of cut my teeth on, understanding the business, how to run a fleet, understanding margins, to understand the books, how to keep all that. As far as accounting, dealing with people, customer service. So that's where, I kind of learned out the gate. And then from there, went to University of Phoenix. That was a whole different ball game as far as enrollment advisory. So trying to enroll people in school that don't really care about school. You know what I'm saying? So that's a whole different selling process.
That's a for-profit
It's a for-profit school.
Exactly.
And I don't know if you guys remember that. That's when they were going through the thing with the government as far as, dealing with student loans and checking money from the military, all that stuff. So learning how to maneuver in difficult situations, I'll put it that way, was interesting. And going into what I do now, the operations side of things, so understanding logistics, margin, keeping accounting, like understanding the whole picture is what I bring to the table. Because before
that's
that,
what a chief operating officer needs to know, how all the parts connect.
how the parts connect. So understanding logistics, you're talking about pallets and moving and shipping. So after University of Phoenix, when we were talking about the body parts part.
I've been waiting for you to get to the body part. Now's the time. Now's the time.
He used to sell body parts. Anybody need some ribs for their next barbecue?
Let me explain. So I worked for a company that was in biologics. And what that is implants. When you tell your ACL, we can do cadaver parts. And so understanding, what manufacturers to go to for what body parts, where you're pulling from, how long it is, how tall the patient is, those kind of things. The details, you know what I'm saying? Understanding those things.
So they can make you taller?
No.
So wait,
Not quite.
hold on. Oh,
But you don't want
okay.
so you don't want one that's gonna be shorter.
Oh, okay,
from the
right.
cadaver,
I got
because
you.
your stuff
I
will
got
be
you.
real tight. You
I mean,
think you can't
I am
really
6
tell.
feet already, so I don't.
So you
I'm
can give me some
good.
new knees.
So if you think, hey, I know a person.
give me some new
We can get you some.
I know a person.
Yeah, because you can give me some new knees. You're like the wizard to me,
Get you
man.
Now, if they pull up and go to the
down
back of their trunk,
I go down the
I'm like, hold on,
Yellow
Red.
Brick Road. I'm asking for knees.
Yeah, man.
That's all I care about.
Yeah, man. So I worked for a company that did the implants for ligaments and tendons. Worked for a company that did spinal replacements, implants. So just knowing those dynamics, how people's body work, understand the details. You know what I'm saying? So when she comes to me and is like, hey, I want to do this idea, it's like, okay, that sounds great, but have you thought about this, and this? And she's like, no.
Sometimes we don't know it. I'm like, stop asking me all these questions.
Just make it happen. Just make it happen. It's like,
Sounds like a true CEO right there.
Exactly.
Yeah, don't tell me no, or don't tell me your reasons. Yeah.
here we
Exactly,
go. Like, well, we need to do this, and this. And I was like, well, this is where our money is, and this is how much this is going to cost. Oh,
And I'm like, I'll find the money.
I got it. Well, how soon can you make it happen? I mean, we can do it in a couple of weeks. She's like, okay, put it to work. And I was like, where the money going to come from? Don't worry about that.
Don't worry about that.
All right, bet.
Well,
So yeah, that's where my background comes from, is understanding the entire.
Yeah,
Which
and
is
you
like-
mentioned that you're an investor as well,
Yes.
right? Is that
Yep.
Did
So
that
we've
help
been-
with, did that help with the funding of all this? Or?
So we funded it ourselves.
We funded this
Self-funded,
fully on
okay.
our own.
Okay, sweet.
Yep.
You know, he doesn't give himself enough credit with our funding and money management because I'm a woman, first and foremost. Okay?
Hercules.
If I want, and I've always been a person, if I want it, I'm going to get it.
A former model at that too. So
Hey,
you probably,
Talk
I'm just
about-
guessing you probably like the
about
finer
taste.
things in life. I'm assuming.
I love shoes.
Okay, all right.
I'm not a huge fan of purses, all that extra stuff. Give me shoes.
Okay.
But I'm a person that if I want it, I'm going to get it.
Mm-hmm.
Whether that's a meal at one of the top restaurants, which normally it is, 'cause I
Love food.
or a pair of heels that I want to get. So I'm going to find a way to make it happen. But he helps me with that because he's like, sis, we can't spend it right now. And I'm like,
Yeah, because you can do all that stuff if there's the right way.
There's
and
a right way.
time and
there's a
place.
time and
Yeah,
place.
You can build up to it.
Time and place.
Exactly.
And he helps manage that. And that's where his strengths are, is money management. Because I'm,
Right.
hey, let's get it.
Let's just do it. We'll
I
figure
got
it
some
out.
friends that know some people that know some people that know some people, and their money will be in the bank by Friday.
Right.
So if we start today, like,
So basically, he helps you sleep at night because you ain't made no crazy decisions,
Yes.
and that's a good 1-2 punch.
and he's very good with logistics. Like he asks those questions that I'm just like, I just need to talk to people. Like,
And there's
so
some
we can make it
serious
happen.
logistics that go into this business.
Yes.
I didn't know it. I don't know if you saw my podcast with ASW, American Spirit Works. They were on the podcast a few weeks back. And their CEO, Charlie Thompson, he really went in depth about the whiskey making process.
Yes.
And then the business side of how they charge based on the barrels and the age and the evaporation in the barrels.
Based on the gallons.
Yeah, I was like, what
Like-
the hell? I didn't know any of that stuff. You guys have been a master's class on that now. You got to go through all that, right?
Yeah. And we're learning a lot
learning
about taxes right now.
Yes.
Hey.
Boy.
Liquor taxes.
Liquor
hey.
taxes.
Yeah.
Juice in
Sales
Florida.
taxes.
Yeah.
So you have a partner in the state of Georgia, don't you?
We have a distributor. here.
Yeah.
Okay.
We do have a distributor. Georgia is one of those states that legit, they go by a 3-tier
they go by the
process.
book.
So they're by the book.
Okay.
You try to do anything under the table in Georgia, you get caught, your ass is grabbed.
Okay.
In trouble.
Florida, we do self-distribution. So
Florida's
I
a free-for-all.
Yeah, Florida's a free-for-all.
Florida seems to be that way about everything.
Yeah.
But keep going. You
Except
got to lock
like-
on serial killers.
man.
You got to lock on,
Yeah.
crazy shenanigans all over the place.
Everything.
Yeah.
But I am a registered salesperson in both states. So I can legally go out there and do sales for our brand, which is ideal because I'm out here hitting the streets just as hard as our distributor salespeople are. So it's a partnership. And that's something that we look for because I'm all about relationships.
That's
And if I can't build a
vital.
partnership with you, then hey, you're cool from a distance, but we probably won't be in your location because we can't build a partnership with you.
Yeah.
Until that can happen,
Everybody's got to be on the same.
Gotta be on the same
page.
page.
You can't
Gotcha.
just be throwing it in the first place because they got to understand your strategy, how you want it to be sold. I'm sure there's a lot of other factors that go into
Yeah,
it.
and you got to understand our brand too. Our brand our tagline is elegant enough for a woman, yet bold enough for a man. Elegantly bold. So there are certain areas and places we may not get into unless you just bring us in. But also there are places that have turned us down, and I'm like, hey, we can still build a relationship, but
Right.
don't cry when the price go up.
And it will go up.
It will go up.
It will go up.
Especially, I'm done with school.
Hey,
And all my focus is Red Hazel.
yeah.
Oh, it's going to be on for you.
It's on.
I've already got my goals written in my notebook.
There you go.
It's gonna be,
I'm a Virgo. We write goals down.
and I'm going to go back to something you said about the, you said, what'd you say, sweet enough for a woman? What'd you say?
Elegant
Elegant enough for a
Elegant,
woman.
bold enough.
Bold enough for a man. I'm going to touch on that for a second.
Yep.
And I'm going to do this for the audience at home, just in case you were thinking it, because I was thinking it. And don't take offense to it. When I first heard
We
cinnamon,
already heard it.
when I heard cinnamon, my mind immediately went to, oh shit, it's Fireball.
Yep.
And I said,
Yep.
I hope this don't taste like Fireball.
Yeah.
Because
We get that a lot.
No disrespect to Fireball.
We get that a lot.
And we know some people in our family that have indulged with Fireball too much. Some women in our family. They and
Carrying them.
and guess what? They did not feel good the next day.
Oh, they felt.
But
a
number
few
one
days.
Number one, it just tastes like drinking like straight syrup to me.
Yeah.
So that was the first thing that went in my head when I smelled the cinnamon and you were describing it. But then for those that are thinking the same thing, you gotta taste it.
Gotta taste it
Because it
first.
is not Fireball by any stretch of the means.
No, not at
You
all.
separated yourself completely. from
Absolutely.
that. Just so you know,
Absolutely.
that's not Fireball.
Absolutely. And our goal wasn't to.
I don't normally do
be
this,
like
but
a
keep the party going.
Keep the party going.
we wanted to more so compete with like the Jack Fires or Jack Honeys, but those are still a little syrupy. Although they do, I will use them to mix into a punch bowl.
Absolutely.
Just saying.
That's probably great for something.
That's
To me, that's what that is for.
Yeah,
That's what it
because
is.
Jack is Jack. That's Tennessee whiskey. I'm just saying.
Yeah, that's right.
But we wanted something cleaner for individuals that don't necessarily drink whiskey can not just enjoy but not feel sick afterwards.
Right.
Because we've all had Fireball nights.
Can't say
Some
that,
of them we
can't say that
remember.
I have.
Some of them we don't.
We won't talk about that.
No,
We won't talk about that. But that was a little bit of the inspiration behind it because working in the club, everybody ordered fireball
The
shots.
fireball shots.
And I was like, this shit.
This got to be a better shot.
I used to have our
I'll take
bartenders.
shots on this, but
Yeah.
Fireball, come on.
I had our bartenders make me fake shots of fireball because I would not drink it. It was just too sweet for me. And that was one of the things, you know, I thought about when we were going through the formulation process. Like, this is too sweet. Those first three, I was like, nah, you need to bring that sugar content down. Take it out if you can. Like,
We were on our FaceTime call.
Yeah.
She was like, "Oh God,
Yeah, you
no."
want something like
I
a
spit
natural
one out.
sweetness,
Yeah.
right?
yeah, I spit one out.
Yeah.
I was like,
Nah, this ain't
there
it.
was one I just smelled. I was like, pour it down, drink.
Yeah.
I'm not even going to taste this.
Pour it down, drink.
Wow.
So
But when
we were
we-
really strict when we came up with it.
Yeah.
Very strict.
And when we got the next three, I smelled each one. I nosed each one. And the last one I nosed, I was like, before even tasting it, you're on FaceTime. I was like, this is it.
Yep.
This is the one.
And
He's like, you just smelled it.
no more modifications after that?
Nope.
That was the one.
That was it.
Now you talk about partnerships. Like we weren't there with our distiller when he came up with the concoction. We literally just verbalized what we were looking for, and he just started putting stuff together.
Yeah.
And that's what that partnership comes in, to understand what the brand is looking for, right?
Yeah.
And we couldn't ask for
And
better
the brand
partner.
probably takes on your personality.
Oh,
It
absolutely.
is.
Now let me ask this. I don't know if anybody's ever asked.
Yeah.
This concoction, this formula, is that your formula? They can't. Somebody else can't call them and say, "Hey, I wanted to look," and then it's okay.
We own
Yes,
it.
Good deal.
We own the formula.
We own the formula.
Anytime you register a formula with the TTB, if your formula is within 5% of another formula, they won't
They
register.
won't register.
Registered.
But
So tell us a little bit about the story about this red. Sean, you asking? You were
Yeah,
clear.
I said, where did Hazel come from? Red Hazel, but break it down red and then break it down Hazel and go.
So originally, when I had my little notebook of different names, I was like, ooh, red's my favorite color. Hazel's color my eyes. Yeah, let's do it. And then when we talked a little bit, he was like, oh, hell no. Nah, you know that name means a lot more. Red is that fire that burns within you to go after your goals, that drive, that passion. And Hazel is the calm. within
Wow.
you. When you put it together, you got somebody that will just go after their goals and do what needs to get the job done, but do it in a manner that is conducive to keeping their image together.
That's amazing.
That's a Hazel.
Yeah, that's the Hazel.
But actually, that's
But
both
in
of
reality, he's the calm. I'm the red.
y'all. So
I'm the red. He's the Hazel.
there you go. So I mean, that's what I'm talking about. That's a great naming convention that you guys worked on. After I have to throw a little corporate term.
Hey, I see that. I like it.
Yes. Yes.
So okay, so we call you the mixologist. All right, it's all about cocktails. Before we got on camera, you talked about some cocktails.
Yes.
And you talked about the fact that you're writing about some cocktails.
Yes.
Tell everybody about what's going on with that.
So we have a cocktail book that's coming out.
Okay.
We're currently in publishing, so we're looking at it to be released this summer. It has 19 cocktails in it.
You got to come back on the podcast to talk about
Absolutely.
cocktail book. That would be a fun podcast.
That's awesome.
Yes.
We got to come and set up all the mixes. You just
Ooh,
mix us
man,
drinks
are you
until
ready
we
for
walk.
Hey, that's what
We gonna need a few tables.
Hey, we're gonna need a whole day for that one.
We're going to need a whole
yeah,
day.
whole
We're
day.
going to
We-
need
yeah.
every table that's in the establishment.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because it is called What Is She Drinking? So I legit started it and I was like, dang, what do I have in the refrigerator that I can mix this with? And I just started pulling stuff out. Whether it was, basil, mint, I pulled out, grenadine, simple syrups. We have a blood orange bitters that we use, 1821 bitters. Like I just started.
I saw blood
Mixing
orange
stuff.
bitters. I said, I don't even know what the hell I use it for.
Man, my husband actually uses it to make, what do they call the Hawaiian old fashions? It's with tequila. He makes those.
Wow.
No idea.
Yeah, we have a whole house of.
So you can hook up the...
Look, if y'all ever come to the house, just be prepared to maybe sleep downstairs
Right.
or have your designated driver.
And speak from experience.
Oh my goodness.
So when are you going to get that invitation? Is that something that we can come to? 'Cause
I know that's right.
I mean, we're going to start having some things. box.
Yeah.
Okay.
But that cocktail book has 19 recipes in it. 4 of them are punch bowl recipes because I started making it during the holidays. Can you imagine drinking this during the holidays? Eggnog,
It go with so many
spicy.
things.
Yeah, it really can.
So just, went through that process of just every Saturday, I invited friends over and I'm like, hey, I'm making cocktails today. I need y'all to come taste it. They're like, all right, what time? I love my friends. Love all y'all. Because I get y'all nice and drunk.
I'm going to go ahead and put something on the record right now. Right here at this location at Truly Cigars, we're about to start a monthly series where Stick Man, we're going to do whiskey tastings and cigar tastings. I don't know what month it's going to be, but you guys got to come back and do that.
Hey.
I definitely see a mixology night in the works with Red Hazel whiskey.
Yes.
I think that's a no-brainer. So I'm going to put that out right
I'm
now.
local, I travel.
And
Okay.
I will
I will
fly
get-
in to
Look,
be
Look.
there.
There you go.
Find a good cigar that we can pair with
Yes.
that night, and we're gonna have a blast.
I named
You
my
gonna be
car
on point,
Candy.
though. You gonna be on
Oh,
point.
absolutely.
I don't think you have a problem with that.
So I have a notebook at home with 43 recipes in it.
Okay.
Never released. So we're going to use those to start going through our cocktail series online, between Instagram and our website. So you're going to see a new cocktail every week. But I'm also currently working on another cocktail book to release. The goal is the end of this year for the holidays. We want to do a holiday package.
Special. Yeah.
We have little glasses and,
Little
the
gift
new
package.
bottles.
Little gift package,
Yeah,
yeah.
little gift packages.
Oh, that's all right.
That's the
Sure.
goal.
Okay, that's
That's
all
the
right.
goal. Yeah.
Good.
Right.
That's good.
See, that furlough was a blessing.
That furlough was a blessing.
Yeah, she went in
And-
the lab.
And
got
I'm
serious.
always transparent with my employers.
Okay.
So from start to finish, they know, hey, this ain't my only job. I got a business I'm trying to, work with too. And they're like, we don't have an office, but can we get some samples? I'm like, hey, go to the liquor store up the street.
Right.
Boom.
Right.
So y'all been around 6 months.
6
Yes.
months.
And how many locations we in now?
So we are in 6 restaurants around
Okay.
Atlanta. We are in, I think, 10 liquor stores, and we deliver to 31 states.
Yep.
That's awesome.
Yes.
And the thing, I don't know how you did this in 6 months, but you guys are in Total Wine.
We are in Total Wine.
That's
That's
amazing.
got to be a big deal.
It is.
Congratulations on
That
that.
was, thank you. That was one of our goals.
Yes.
Total Wine was like, we get in Total Wine, man. We're not a part of Spirits Direct. That's a whole different monster, and we're probably not going to be a part of that because we control our pricing.
Okay.
And I want us to be able to control our pricing. So we're in Total Wine Kennesaw and Total Wine Alpharetta. Those are the
Nice.
only 2 Total Wines in Georgia that allow spirit sales.
Yep.
Everything else is just beer and wine.
Okay.
And now we're working on Florida. So, fingers crossed.
So Florida, we coming.
Florida, we coming.
We coming.
Jam on it.
Keep requesting it. Don't worry, your
And
girl will be
Florida.
there next week.
That's my home state. If I
Yeah.
didn't mention it, the home of the Super Bowl champs,
So,
Tampa Bay.
uh-huh.
I just had to say that.
One more time.
He says that to Chiefs fans. Bye. I mean, respect, but
That's right. You all forget.
it's only because
That's
I
right.
completely forgot that he was from Kansas City.
y'all wouldn't have been able to do it without Brady.
You know what? I would almost agree with you if they could have gotten the end zone.
Oh, he aggravated. Time's over. We gotta go. We gotta go.
They could have gotten the end zone.
Well played.
Well played.
All right. All right. Well played. Well played.
Well played.
You know what?
Well played.
Never a sore loser.
Yeah,
Y'all played better.
Yeah, we did not show up.
We did not show up to show out. We just showed up to be present.
Well,
Our quarterback showed up.
We
Hold
might
on.
see them together
Yeah.
again next year. Who knows?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we might.
yeah.
I mean, our quarterback showed up.
Did you hear that?
I don't know where the rest of the team was.
He said they going again.
It might be us in Kansas
So bump,
City.
bump
It's
the rest
okay.
of the, bump all of us.
Everything else.
Forget us.
No, it don't matter.
matter.
It don't matter.
matter.
It don't matter. It's all good.
So, back to this. Because I can keep talking about football. for a long time. 6 months in business, you got some great trajectory. I love what you guys are doing online. The marketing skills show, the common sense of how to run a business well shows.
Thank you.
The team is fantastic.
We here.
What's next?
Woo.
What's the future hold?
Man.
Besides the
start?
mixology and all that other stuff, what's
Man,
the what,
so-
what,
The book.
Yeah. So the next step is to get the recipe book out, and then we're trying to venture into Florida. Our next goal is to get to Florida.
Okay.
So that's going to be our immediate goal. Then down the road, we're going to look to expand up to my area up in St. Louis.
Nice.
To try to get more liquor stores and restaurants up that way. So that's going to be over the next, I'd say probably year and a half.
Okay. So, and if someone if they don't have a liquor store that carries your Red Hazel whiskey here locally or wherever they live, can they get it online?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yep.
They can order at redhazel.net.
Okay.
We occasionally have, little discounts going on our Instagram and our website because we want to make sure the shipping doesn't overpower people because we do ship, but we know how that can go. But yes, they can order online.
Okay. All right.
We definitely want
redhazel.net,
to,
y'all.
redhazel.net.
Come on, y'all.
Yes. And make sure they follow us at Red Hazel Official so they can find those
We're
discounts
going
when
to
we have
do
it.
a Red Hazel giveaway. We talked about you responded.
Yeah.
We said, so
Yeah.
when this launches, probably about when you read this, it'll be
Yes, it's going to be there.
3 weeks later.
Yeah.
But we're going to do a whiskey bottle giveaway that week. That'd be great.
That'd be awesome.
I'm totally, just let me know, the details when y'all need it. I'll come and drop off a bottle.
Instagram, post some stuff out.
Yeah, and we can do that. I love doing giveaways because it introduces a new market for us. With our next release and distribution, we're looking to get into Missouri, Texas. Texas, y'all special.
Texas. Well,
I love y'all. We coming.
We trying, okay?
Because if y'all keep inboxing me,
right, man.
California as well, and we're going to venture up to New York and New Jersey. We got a lot of different things coming up, local samplings and pop-up events. We have Labor Day weekend. We're going to do our release party plus my birthday party all together at Forks and Flavors in Kennesaw. If you've ever been to one of my parties, you already know what to expect.
I already know.
If you haven't, welcome to the experience.
Oh my God.
Okay.
Oh my God.
I like that.
So I think y'all might need to come next month to do our monthly event because this lady sounds like she's gonna set it off for everybody.
Let me know when and where.
Okay.
Just let me know when and where.
We can make it happen.
Yeah, we do
kinda
We'll
nervous.
be
sponsors.
here to
Yeah,
keep everything in check.
depends on when it is.
Depends on when it is. Yeah, depends on when
That's
it is.
right. That's
Yeah,
right.
I
We
fly.
have to get you down. We have to get you back there.
Yeah, but we also have a lot of sponsorship events coming up. We are now a proud sponsor of GTE Tailgate, which is an official tailgate operator of Jacksonville Jaguars. So we'll be doing a few games this year at their tailgates. And we are also now a proud sponsor of the Steve Harvey Foundation golf tournament. That's happening June 30th this year, so we'll be there as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
And we will
Yeah.
be there.
We will be there.
We like to swing some clubs every now and then. Where we need to, you have to tell us off camera where we need to go.
Yeah, what we need to do.
Yeah, because it's going to be fun. I love doing sponsorship events, especially when it's for a good cause, when it benefits children or anyone, that has had some type of hardship. Our older sister passed of lupus, and I eventually want us to start a lupus foundation or become involved in any type of lupus foundation so we can give back to those as well. Because we know those particular situations don't get assessed as soon as they should, and when they do, it's too late. So we want to make sure we can contribute to the research on those, in those areas.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So we try to give back. That's one of our things is being a part of, because people have shown us so much support as we've bootstrapped this thing from the jump. We want to be able to, even before this thing takes off, we still want to make that a continuous thing of giving to other people.
Right. That's good. That's a good deal.
Yes.
That's a good deal. Y'all all right with me.
Y'all.
Something was in my eye. Something.
So
We ain't gonna get too deep. I ain't gonna make you cry,
I'm gonna put you on the spot. So one last thing before I let you guys get out of here.
Okay.
You said that I know, Ty, you're not a cigar smoker. I'm gonna respect that. I'm not gonna try to convert you, corrupt you. Whichever it is.
We might jump you.
Yeah, might jump in. Hold up now, your sister here now. Hold up.
You know what? Nix that. Nix
When
that. Nix
family's
that.
involved, she probably got like that's
Don't
like
make me put his hair in a ponytail now.
That's like Wonder Woman streets are coming out.
For real.
So you cross the room.
Oh my gosh.
I am the fighter in the family.
Okay, all right. I don't doubt that.
Red.
I am.
Right.
What was I thinking?
We gonna bring Mama on the podcast next.
Now, which one of them said they're gonna jump?
So when you come back, you said that you're not a cigar smoker, but you're interested.
Yes.
We might be able to convert you.
I'm interested in learning about cigars. Like,
So this is my idea. I'm gonna say this right now.
Okay.
all right.
When you come back to do a Stickman Smoker night,
Okay.
that's what we're calling this.
Stickman
Smokers.
Smoker night.
And it'll be right here, Truly Cigars.
Okay.
When you come back, and you guys are gonna be the whiskey that night, we'll have a cigar brand. Along with Simp, myself, Remy will be in the house, and that cigar brand. We're gonna teach you how to smoke a cigar for the first time.
Boom.
You might have done one before, but you haven't done it the way we're gonna teach you.
I choked. I didn't know how
See,
to.
we're
It's
gonna
not
help
the
you.
same.
And we'll make sure
No,
there's
we're
a
not
couple
gonna-
of other SOTLs. And you know what that is?
No, what's that?
Sisters of the Leaf. So you'll probably see
Well,
that.
I know a
lot.
few.
So
I know,
you probably do know a few.
Miss Dame, she does like the ashtrays and everything.
Yep.
And she's amazing. Hey, honey. But I want to learn.
Yeah, so we
And
can teach you.
I'm ready.
And we'll teach you our perspective.
Yeah.
We'll make sure there's a couple other Sisters of the Leaf that give you their perspective. Because
Sisters of the Leaf. I
men and we're also Brothers of the Leaf. So whenever you want to be a Brother of the Leaf, you come on. And we'll make that work. Make that happen.
Yeah, we got initiation process though.
That's right.
Stickman,
smoke
Remy.
3
You got
cigars.
that
You got that paddle in the car.
I don't know about that. Can I just bring a bottle? That's my initiation.
You got your initiation.
Okay.
We've been here kicking in with
Oh my God, I wish.
dynamic duo.
I don't want them to leave.
Red Hazel whiskey. All good things come to an end. But guess what? They are coming back, y'all.
Yes.
They're coming back. They're coming back to do a Stickman Smoker. We're gonna always be part of the family. We're gonna support. So anytime you need us to support, we are there.
Right on.
We want you to do your mixology thing.
Yeah.
We're gonna teach you how to smoke a cigar.
Hey.
And we might even work on Ty if you let us. But you know, Kansas City fans, I don't know. We may not do that stuff in Kansas City.
You know.
Yeah. So anyway, thank you guys for coming on the show.
No, thanks for having
It's
us.
been phenomenal
Thank you
having you on there.
That's a brand trust.
See, these are members that we're taking their
Yeah.
room.
Yeah.
What's going on?
Yep.
So anyway, man, thank y'all for coming on. It's been great to have you get to know and hear your story. We're gonna support, put it out there. So hey, go support Red Hazel Whiskey.
Yes.
Check us out on the Stickman Podcast. We're on YouTube,
Yeah.
Apple, Google, Spotify. Hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. Leave us some comments and let us know what you think. They made us look good today.
Hey,
So
For real. For
We
real.
appreciate y'all
she made
having
us look
Thank you so
good.
much.
She made us look
I
good
mean,
today.
you know.
Ty Burtin,
Ty Burtin.
TK Burtin Johnson,
Johnson.
Yeah.
Stickman Simp.
Hey, y'all.
Reggie Kimball, aka Stickman #1. Until next time, puff, sip, chat, repeat. We out.
Peace.